What's going on, summoners? Welcome back to the channel. There have been some pretty good runs on this account for Arena. You know, some 8s in a row, some 9s in a row, and an occasional 10. But I have never had a deck give me 3 10s in a row. So today we're going to go over all the strengths and all the weaknesses of this deck. And if you like what you see here, let me know in the comment section below. And we can do a compilation of, say, 15 of these chests. Maybe 20, but 20 may take, could even take a week or two, depending on how many decks we get that are hard counters to our deck. So let's get right into it, right after these chests are done opening. So first let's go over some basics. In the arena, your level does not affect your character level in the arena. It will always be level 10. Your skill runes, these, he doesn't even have any. Oh, look at him now. He's so ready. Always ready. I will mention that in the deck, there are definitely some better options for your second card. But do they do this? Do they? I don't think they do. Alright, next. So these runes will affect your characters in the arena. So right now we're getting crit rate. If you wanted the extra 3 seconds, since we have it, that would be available. In my personal opinion, this is the only thing they need to take out of the arena to make it 100% fair. But I get it. There needs to be a little bit of an edge that a player can have, and it adds more variety in the future. But right now, when you see players with all pink runes or red runes, you're just like, this is going to be tough. Because some of those runes can even remove 1 mana from a skill. And that is a game changer. But, so that's pretty much it. That is the only thing that will affect your characters. Now, there's certain things that I'm not ready to tell you because I'm not exactly sure how to explain when to counter, when to cast. That, I believe that is something that you will have to pick up in time, just based on your play style and based on who you play well against. But let me explain this deck and why I use it and how it works for me. So first off, we have the Rock Golem with the 15% defense. I've just found him to be the best tank. His move, it freezes the front line. So if you have a very strong front line that is about to cast a move, and you want an opportunity to freeze that unit and make your unit invulnerable, your tank, no. Man, these Game Crook bots need to stop, man. I have to delete like 10 to 20 of them a day sometimes. But that is for another video. So if you want an opportunity to freeze the front line, he can get the job done, and it will make him invulnerable from damage. Just keep him in there a bit longer. 4 energy is kind of expensive on that move, so I don't use it too often. The little penguin character, I almost never use his move. Although it is very useful, it can pull your tank out of harm's way, and after your tank perishes, it can pull your number 3 into the fight and put the penguin out of harm's way. And because we have the gem, it gives 75% damage reduction, or defense. I'm not sure how that works. 75% defense is probably not the same as 75% damage reduction. Now your Griffin is so crucial because it is going to keep your energy regeneration going non-stop. So you want to keep that move constantly being cast as long as you know that your Griffin is not going to be stunned. Not to mention with that rune we get the crit. And this is a character, the Poseidon character is not free to play. I'm not sure who I would switch him out for on my main team. I've switched him out for little green hair over there, who is pretty awesome, but I would not use her in the arena. So, unfortunately for this formation to be successful, and honestly, in arena, if you don't have the Poseidon character, I highly recommend waiting till you get him. He just seems like, what do they used to call it? The best in slot? The biz? I think he may be the biz. Now, I do remember number 5's name. Her name is Sofa, I believe. And what's so crazy about Sofa is her casting ability can steal all buffs, including invulnerability buffs, and make your entire team invulnerable. Now, there is a chance it will fail, so I wouldn't say it's a double-edged sword because it costs so much energy. I would say it has about a 90% accuracy rating. So you can safely use that most of the time. Third is our healer. She also increases damage by 20%. And if you get lucky enough to stack that buff, let's say you steal an attack buff, and then you use her buff on top of it, not only will it increase the cooldown of your current buff, the effects of your current buff, it will actually reset the timer on your current buff. So if you have an attack level 2 buff, and then you steal another attack level 1 or attack level 2 buff with Sofa, it will increase the duration of your attack buff and increase it to the maximum level, which is 40% damage. I'm not sure if I explained that correctly. I do need to work on my explanations, and I promise I will, fam. Over time. This guy, the fire mage, I believe over time he's going to be more phased out, but right now he's a must. And I think there will be more resistance in the game later. Unless you have a card to counter him, I recommend keeping him on the team, because it's better to use him against people than have him used against you and not basically not have him to fight back with. Your number 8 is so crucial to the end of the battle because there are spammers. There are spamming heroes, so many of them, such as this character. He looks like Anubis. He will just keep spamming you over and over again, draining your health and maxing out his. And oh, this girl is by far the most annoying. Where is she at? We don't even have her yet. Alright, but she throws these 3 little circles out, or 4 of them, and grabs your health and turns it into a shield. And you want to be able to stun those 2 characters. You do not want to get spammed to death. It is one of the most annoying things on the planet. Now for our summoner skills, these are the same ones I've been using for quite some time. The poison is just, oh, it's so good. But I would be very careful to not use the poison unless you have I guess it's a reflect spell. And basically this reflect spell, it takes any type of debuffs that are on you and throws it on the enemy team. And the reason why I would be very careful before using your poison spell is you don't want someone to use this first on you and not have it. And the player that normally wins, almost always wins, is the player that uses this move second. And the player who uses it first often loses. I'm not going to say it's 100% of the time, but more often than not, you do not want to be the first person to use this. And finally, this buff at the bottom, it absorbs magic. It absorbs all damage and turns it into life. It can be so crucial for the end of a battle when you have those spam characters, because they'll do their little spam move, you click it, and boom, they just spammed to nothing, and they gave you a bunch of health, and now they lost. Game over. So this is it. This is the formation that went 30 wins, 5 losses. I'm going to be using it more often than not. Probably use it for the rest of the season. I thank you all for watching. If this video was helpful for you, please smash that like button. Be sure to have yourself a great day.